What is going on, guys? Today we are going to talk about some settings that are completely ruining your chances at improving inside of this game. Some of the settings in this video are actually super detrimental to your progress, in my opinion, and a few of them are literally going to make you a worse player, take away some of the much needed information that we need inside of this game. So while yes, these are my opinions, I think that a lot of pros would hold similar ideas, similar opinions as to what I am thinking with this video. So guys, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn the bell on so you never miss an upload on this channel. We're going to give you the best tips, best tricks from my experience in this game and for what I've learned from all the pros I've been around, all the smart people giving me advice. So definitely want to help you become the best player possible. The first thing that we are doing, the first setting that, while it might be unpopular to some of you, I think it's just detrimental to your improvement, and I can see the use of it for the very beginning players. I think one thing that we're doing wrong in this game is ever using the follow recoil crosshair. And yes, I know I just made a lot of your hearts break. I know some of you are going to say, but Kojo, it helps me understand the recoil. It helps me understand this. Well, I think it can be okay for practice purposes. I think it's so bad to have a moving crosshair and having something on your screen that's constantly moving around and doing all these things, because what is it doing? It is taking away from the fact that we're supposed to be looking past our crosshair. We want to use our crosshair as a reference, and when we have this follow recoil, I think it just reiterates in our head with our eyes, with everything we're doing, that we need to look at that crosshair instead of what's going on in front of the screen. I think that, while yes, like I said, it can be a very good tool for learning the recoil patterns, I think that's about as far as it goes. Is it should just be a training thing. It shouldn't be something we ever really use inside of the game. I think it's so bad. I think it's not good either when we're running around and there's inaccuracy, there's this recoil happening. I get that you can use it as a basis on how far you need to move your crosshair down, right? But I just think that overall, just have that crosshair as your center of the screen reference and learn the spray patterns through workshop maps, through like recoil training, all that good stuff, and you're never ever going to need to use it. So let's go ahead and talk about the next one. But first, I have to give you a message from a sponsor of today's video on how to get a sexy looking Mac 10 skin like this. Thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Skins Monkey. They are one of the greatest and easiest to use CS2 trading sites out there. You can swap out the skins you do not like for brand new ones that are so much more fresh. Even skins that are trade locked can be secured by adding them to your backpack. The greatest thing about the site is that you can buy skins for so much cheaper with a 35% deposit bonus when you use my code KOJO. Make sure to check out the freebie section where you can get a free skin just by completing tasks. On top of the bonuses, you also get a $5 bonus when clicking the link in the description. All right, guys, the next thing that I think is absolutely detrimental to us improving, to us ranking up, is not having good radar settings. Now, what do I mean by that? Because this is so subjective. People play on so many different ones, but I think for new players, if you do not have a very zoomed out radar, you are absolutely hurting yourself. Why is that? Because so many players play with a radar where it is zoomed in like this, and they are the B player, right? They are holding down their position. They're doing their job. Okay, boom, we're getting kills on B. Awesome, amazing. But you're really teaching yourself to not look at the radar because you're just having the radar only around you. It's not very good. You can't understand what's happening on the other side of the map. And then you're getting frustrated when there's a lack of comms. When it's like, well, I didn't know they were planning to bomb A. Well, I didn't know that they were hitting A site. How? How did you not know? Like, look at your radar, right? I think it's the worst excuse ever when people don't understand what's going on around the map because nobody told them something. Be good enough where you can be self-sufficient. You can read your radar. It can be a very big one. And yes, on maps like Dust 2, I get it. Even if you're on B with a big radar, it might be hard to actually see that, right? A little cheat code for that too is if you're ever behind cover and you're safe enough, you can briefly open a tab and look at the top left of your screen and see the full radar, by the way. So that's a good workaround no matter what radar settings you're on to kind of get a bigger picture as to what's going on during the middle of the round. I do that every once in a while. But generally on most maps I'm fine because my radar is big enough where as long as I'm not in the corner, I can see pretty much everything I need to know what's going on, right? So it's so detrimental that we don't have good radar settings because it's really hurting us. If you want to steal mine, I'm going to go ahead and give you mine right here if we can find where radar is. There we go. This is mine. You can copy them. You can use them. I think that's cool. Fine. Mine are good. I've used them for my entire time playing this game. It's been amazing. But that leads us into our next thing that's actually kind of very similar to this radar default setting is Guys, you are hurting yourself in this game if you do not have a radar zoom button, a button on your keyboard where you can click it and make your radar big. So this is like the opposite problem. And why is this so important? Because it's going to limit your impact when you are inside of smokes, right? So I have a play with my duo, with my trio, with my team when I'm playing, and I have a rifle on CT side. We do this long take where we take long doors and we want to get inside of the smoke and boost. But do you see, as soon as we get inside the smoke, it gets really hard to tell where people are, where I need to jump, where I need to line myself up. But it's really easy to actually do that once we make our radar big. So this whole time I'm in the smoke, I'm looking at the top left of my screen. I'm purely looking up here at my radar and I'm telling my teammate, okay, keep going, keep going. Okay, crouch, jump on your head, boom, I'm up there, and then I can get up, right? And I don't have someone to boost me, so I'm going to fly up here. But that's all I'm doing. So if you don't have the setting, I think you're inherently making it hard on yourself, because I've had challenger level players that are extremely talented at this game, not be able to do some of the stuff I'm doing because they don't have that big radar bind, right? And so forget about boosts. It can also be so valuable, guys, when you are inside of smokes, right? If you're inside of smokes and you want to kind of know what's going on and you're like, dude, like I'm not moving. Well, boom, like we can look at our radar and see we actually are stuck. Or it might be like, oh, we're just hitting a corner, right? Like we can see like, oh, there's a corner there. So it's not a person, right? Having a big radar bind, so good for these smoke moments, so good for like complex, intricate plays that you're doing. Like, you know, say there is just pure chaos going on. Like say there's like a freaking triple, you know, screw triple, we'll say a quad smoke wall, right? Like obviously this isn't very game-like, but I can literally sit here and while I'm in the smoke, kind of trace myself. I'm just looking at my map right now. That's all I'm doing. I'm looking at my map and boom. Okay, sweet. I got out of doors here, right? Boom. Look at that. All because I was able to read my radar. I would not be able to do that as smoothly if I'm like squinting to look at it like, where am I at? So 100% something you need to do. The way you do that is come into settings, go to keyboard and mouse, go to, oh, thanks for the follow on Twitch. We're getting alerts. Lovely. Shout out to you, whoever that was. And you come here, UI keys, toggle radar zoom. I have mine on N, and you can change the size. Go ahead and make that all the way at 1. That's how you do that. So really good change you can make. Very important, very impactful, and it is super, super solid. Now, another setting that is detrimental if you guys do not have this on, and a lot of you might actually have this, is the notification button on my YouTube. Okay, I'm just kidding, but hey, I appreciate it. No, so actually what it's going to be is over here. If we go to, where's it at? There it is. So if we go to our game settings and go to team, show team ID through walls, please have all of this on. Why is this so important? I can't show you right now, but what it's going to do is show your team equipment through the walls. So if I have a teammate that's playing in middle here, I can glance over through the walls and see he has a smoke, he has a molly, he has an M4. I can see what gun he has, right? I can see everything. I can see his health, and I just know what's going on. I don't have to ask. I don't have to like do anything. It just shows up. It's so useful, especially when you're playing in pugs. By far one of the best like settings you can have on as someone who like wants to just be more self-sufficient. You don't need to ask anything. Your teammates don't have to do anything. You could just be like, hey, I need you to flash for me if they start rushing out B, right? And how did I know he had a flash? Boom, I looked through the wall and saw that. So it's just really easy to communicate things, coordinate things. Amazing stuff. But yeah, and so guys, I want to give you one last tip, and it's something I have to say over and over and over. I know you're tired of hearing it, but maybe there's some new viewers to this video that made it to the end. Guys, by far the most important thing that is holding you back, the setting that you have to have, is binds for each nade you're using. So for me, the side buttons, molly, smoke, all over here, right? Boom, boom. For flash, it's Q, and nade is 4. Stop scrolling to all your guns and weapons. Stop cycling through all your nades. Get them binded, and it's going to make you a beast, right? And you're just going to go ahead and do that over here in keyboard and mouse. Very simple. Just bind all of these things right here. HE grenade, flash, smoke, decoy, whatever. I don't even have decoy bound. That's how I don't even use it. I need to have it bound, but I don't. I'm sorry. I guess I exposed myself there. But yeah, guys, I hope you learned something from this video. If you want some more in-depth hands-on coaching, I do that over on my second channel and upload every single day. Please go over there and support that channel. It's lots of great stuff. I'm kickstarting that. And of course, guys, we're going to give tips, tricks, advices over here on this channel every other day. I'm going to be in Europe by the time you watch this video. I'm really excited. I'm going to be traveling the world. So hopefully when I get back, I can provide some great content for you, some more stuff. And go ahead and leave some suggestions down in the comments of this video. But yeah, go ahead and join my Discords, guys. Stay tuned on all my socials. I'll be posting nonstop about my trip. Maybe I'll visit your country and you can give me some advice. And sticky keys. Okay, guys, peace out.